Hello everyone, I will be sharing some findings from our article recently published in the journal. It is commonly seen in Western countries that Asian children have higher food allergy risk than Caucasian children. The early life environmental risk factors for these differences are still unclear. Therefore, in this study, we investigated the prevalence of food allergy and its risk factors in Asian children living in Australia compared to Asian children living in Singapore. Using data from the population-based HealthNet study in Australia and the Gusto birth cohort in Singapore, we found that the prevalence of food allergy is much higher in Australia at 15% compared to only 1.1% in Singapore. When we compared the demographic factors, more Australian infants had delayed peanut introduction compared to Singaporean infants, while more Singaporean infants had siblings and delayed egg introduction into their diet. There was also a higher maternal consumption of egg and peanut during pregnancy among the Asian mothers in Australia compared to Singapore. A higher proportion of mothers in Singapore were also exposed to tobacco smoking during pregnancy. One of the risk factors that stood out in this paper was eczema diagnosis. The odds of having food allergy for infants with early onset eczema was higher than those without eczema in both studies. However, as you can see here, the eczema diagnosis is higher in Australia. In particular, early onset eczema was 30.5% in Australia and only 8.4% in Singapore. Of those with early onset eczema, 32.6% of Australian infants also had food allergy compared to only 5.7% of Singaporean infants. Not shown here as well is that a higher proportion of Australian infants also required topical steroids compared to Singaporean infants, suggesting a more severe eczema in Australian infants. And so in conclusion, despite the ethnic similarities between both studies, food allergy prevalence significantly differs between the two countries. Other yet to be identified risk factors such as diet, microbiome, and meteorological influences may be contributing to the differences between the two countries. Thank you.